Go over that one more time. The ideal setup for this would be one chair like this, one chair like this, backs of the chairs facing in. That creates a little space here with safety to do different leg exercises, different balance exercises. So we've got that. And then a third chair for you to actually sit in. And there we have it, right? So once you set yourself up like this, then you are ready to take just the easiest, quickest, smoothest advantage of class. So now when I turn sideways sometimes and then back to the front and different angles, I'm doing that to show you different angles of my body. Because sometimes when you do things straight on the camera, you can't really see it. So if I turn sideways myself and then turn back, I'm not asking you to turn, right? If I want you to turn your body, I'll be very explicit about that, be very clear about that. So most of the time, you're just sitting, facing forward, watching the screen, and then trying your best to follow along with what I do. And the other thing is, this is my left leg, but I'm going to speak as if I'm your mirror. So when I say right leg, I'll be lifting. Like if I say lift your right leg, I'm lifting my left leg, but I want you to lift your right. So I'm your mirror to help you sort of compute what I'm saying. Okay. So once you got that set up, first thing we do, scoot to the front edge of your chair, place your hands comfortably on your thighs, and sit upright. So that's a Taoist concept that Western fitness agrees with. Have the body be upright, right? And so what happens normally to us as we age, or if we have injuries or we're tired, we slouch a little bit in the hips, then the head protrudes forward, and we've got this broken line. So often what you need to do is tip your pelvis a little bit forward, lift the chest just a little bit, kind of float the chest up, and then bring your chin slightly down. And that creates this nice line, your central upright pillar, okay? So we all understand that. That's great. Now, where Tai Chi and Qigong differ is the emphasis on letting go, relaxing, softening, releasing. So a lot of times we think of holding our posture. Don't do that. Take a second to create that posture, but then relax as best you can. Let go. So the term for that is song, soft, supple, and pliable. This songing of your body, this releasing of your body. And what that then will have happen, and you can feel it, is if you relax into your chair and keep your body upright, you notice you don't fall over by relaxing. In fact, you ground. They call that chunwan, soft, sunken, heavy. So let there be a heaviness go through the chair, through your legs, through the feet, to the ground. Feel a sinking quality that grounds you, and then also feel the corresponding Ching Ling, or light, nimble, and agile. So when we relax, suddenly our body has more ability to move because it's less stuck, less impeded. It's more fluid and spacious and agile, and we're also better grounded. So just to go over that very briefly one more time. Body upright, relax, soft, sunken, and heavy, and what's left is light and nimble and agile. Let's just take 10 long breaths to get the mind and body connected. In through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Again. Just be on your own rhythm. There's no rush. Each breath could wash out a little more tension, relax you a little bit more. The inhale stretches you and the exhale melts. Now, we could spend a half hour straight just breathing with good posture, and that would be something that would benefit you greatly. Please do that on your own sometime, right? We won't spend all that time in this class, but everything I just took, a couple minutes to describe, that's all you really need to know for meditation. Body upright, relax, soft, sunken, and heavy, light and nimble, breathing. Right? That's your meditation instruction. Go spend 2 hours doing that, right, on your own time. Now we go to the next phase of practice, Shenfa, or body mechanism methods, movements that loosen up and tune up the gears and functions of our body. So let's do those together. First one, slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Lift your chest more, lift your chin more, and go into as much of a back bend position as you can. Now settle back to neutral and go through neutral. Now slide your hands past your knees, hollow your chest, and drop your head down. Rounded spinal flexion. And let's go back to that first position. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, arch. This is spinal extension, creating a back bend. And then the other way again. Slide your hands forward, past your knees, hollow chest, drop the head, round. 3 more times. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Do this with an inhale. And with the exhale, slide your hands forward, round the back, hollow the chest. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And let's just settle to neutral, right in the middle. Second movement. Slide your left hand forward past your knee. Slide your right hand elbow back. Turn your shoulders to the right. Turn your head to the right. Get a little bit of a twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn left. 1 more each way. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn. Now, 1 more time, back to center. Third movement, hang your arms loose. Shift your weight to your right buttock a little bit, and then just bow the torso, the spine side of it. It's called that lateral flexion. This side is flexion, this side is extension. And then back to center or neutral, and then other way. Shift your weight to your left buttock, lateral flexion and extension. And then we do it again. Middle. Now adding to this, lean to your right, float your left wrist up. So this also allows us to get a little further, and then float your left foot up. So tip right at the edge of the chair, but don't fall. And then back to center, middle, neutral. Let's go the other way. Tip to your left, right wrist floats up, right foot empty, lean, back to center. Let's do it twice more each way. Inhale, center. Exhale, tip. Inhale, center. Exhale, tip. And so we always start with this same sequence. So if you're new, you'll learn this. You'll get comfortable with this over time, and then it'll become second nature, this little opening tune-up series. Lean and lean. And bring your legs together. We're going to do some circular movements of the arm, shoulder, chest junction up here. What that helps us with is to not be tight here when we stand up in a moment, which makes us top heavy. So we have to loosen up what's going on in the shoulders and arms up here in the chest. So this movement, first, shrug the shoulders up, slide the shoulders down. That's the first movement. Shrug up, slide down. Now, second movement is squeeze shoulders together, relax them, slide shoulder blades apart. Notice when you slide them apart, this is the weird one. This is the one that people have a hard time getting because it looks funny. It looks like bad posture, but it's really quite important. So again, shoulders forward, chest hollow. Right? So Martin, I can see you're looking at it and going, what's he doing? So forward, you see this shape change. Try to bring your shoulders forward and hollow your chest. Now go once again back, squeeze them back. We can all do this one. Crack a walnut, right, between those shoulder blades. But then relax the shoulders and spread them apart from each other. So your shoulder blades go like this. They separate from each other. They separate from each other. Now from here, up, shoulders up, and then crack that walnut back. Slide the shoulders down and relax them to neutral. Let's do it again. Forward and up. Squeeze them back and down. 3 more times. Forward and up. So you can think of this like you're unpacking extra tension and density in the upper body. You're like a sponge that was full of extra liquid. We're squeezing out. We're kind of wringing out the rag here of the tissue. Let's do one more. Forward and up, back and down. And again, the more you do this stuff, the more it makes sense. So if it's confusing to you, that's normal. Now the other way, back and up, forward and down. Neutral. We do it again. Back, up, forward, down. And so the forward is always the hard one. People can usually do this and this, but then it's this move that's kind of strange. And so you'll pick it up over time. 2 more. Back, up, forward, down. Last one. Back, up, forward, and down. Great. Scoot a little bit back on your chair, just a small amount, so you're very stable. And we just tune the legs up before we stand up. Right knee lift. Take your hands, grab the knee, draw the knee a little further up, flex the foot. Now open the hands and push. Full extension. Reload all the way up. Set that foot down. We're going to do that again. To the other leg, I'm sorry. So other leg, knee up, grab, pull it a little more up and in, flexed foot, and then push, reload, down. We're going to do 2 more each leg, alternating. Right knee lift, pull up, push. Bring the knee up, set it down. Other leg, load, push, load, down, load, push, load, down, and load, push, load, down. And important, foot and ankle. Straighten your right leg. Now point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. 1 more. And then tip the foot a little in, out, in, out, called inversion, eversion. And then the third one at the foot, circle, in, point, out, flex, circle, around, around, around. And then reverse the circle around and down. Other foot, same 3-part little exercise. Point and flex. Point and flex. Then tilt in, tilt out. Invert, evert. Tilt, tilt. And circle. In, around, and out. Circle. And out, around, and in. Circle. Scoot one more time to the front edge of your chair, and important part of the legs, right? What we've done so far existed in the sagittal plane, front and back. The legs rotate. That's what allows us to turn to the right, turn to the left, also allows us to turn our body to look in new directions. So the rotation ability of the hips is very important. A basic way to tune that up, step your feet a little wider than hip distance. Heels stay on the ground, lift your toes. So now you turn on the heels, turn your knees and toes in, and then you're going to turn them out. Lift your toes, turn knees and toes out, right? So you see this ability to really open up hips and groin and this relationship here, and then turn in, knees and toes in, knees and toes out. 3 more. Internal rotation, external rotation. Internal, external. 1 more. Back to neutral. Now, that same junction we were just turning the legs from, we also fold from. So fold all the way in half, as far as you can go. And then back up. So the important thing is here, if your hips get stuck, which it happens for a lot of people, then when you try to stand up, usually there'll be something like this that happens. People round their head and then they try to stand up from here, as opposed to keeping a nice long spine and folding from the hips. Right? So just look at my body one more time to see the difference. Let's pretend I super glue my hips and they're stuck. And then I'm going, okay, I think I'm going forward and I'm going to try to stand up. It's not going to work. Whereas if I keep my good straight spine, fold from the hips, now standing up is going to be no problem. Right? So it's extremely important to move from the correct places in our body. So let's do that together. Slide your feet back a little bit. Keep this tall quality through the crown of your head. Remember, relaxation. So just because we're going to stand up doesn't mean add a bunch of tension. No tension required. Relax. Doesn't mean be sloppy, but it just means don't clench your body. Now fold at the hips and come forward enough so your body weight gets down through your feet. Now just stand up nice and tall. Remember chunwan, meaning soft, sunken, and heavy. Don't hold, relax, and let there be a heaviness down underneath your feet. Now keep it underneath your feet, hip hinge. Right? So now you fold, right? You see that shape right there is key. When it's time to sit down, we don't bend our knees first, we hip hinge. Now we sink the buttocks, but notice I haven't committed to my chair. My weight's still in my feet. Now I commit, right? So it's again, the hips. Fold. Forward enough to get the weight out of the chair and down to the earth through your feet. Stand nice and tall. And then from the hips, fold. Sink. Back. Twice more. Fold. When you're really getting good at Tai Chi movement, you stand and sit without any tension-based strength. It's all just fluid, liquid, ease. Now, don't sit in your chair. Go 90% of the way there or 80% of the way there. So fold and sink, 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 but don't commit to your chair and then come right back up. So that would be a squat, right? We're doing squats now, but Tai Chi squats, where you're relaxing. Hinge at the hips, sink, rise. Again, sink, rise. A big piece of, a big part of Tai Chi practice is freedom of movement. We all want that. We don't want to be stuck where we are, right? It's a big part of Parkinson's is this being stuck. Fold, loose. From your master commander here, being able to tell every part of your nervous system and body to, at best you can, relax all the time. Now, we're up. Let's go over to this right side chair. Be a little bit back from the chair so there's a small runway out in front of you, okay? Now, you have your hand close enough to the chair you could use it, but try to have no hands on the chair. Take one of your index fingers and just touch your belly button, touching that point, and project your mind deep to the belly button, to the middle of this section of your body, right? So at the belly button and lower back level, right in between there is, you could think of that as the cockpit of the body. That's how we operate the body from. Especially when we relax, we can control the body from here. So standing, have the mind here in the middle, soften your knees just a little bit. Just have them soft. And notice tendency to lock the knees is there, soften. Now from that middle, shift a little over to your right so more weight goes in your right leg, less in your left. If balance is a big issue today, if you feel very cautious, just try to go 52-48, right? Or 53-47%. And then come back to 50-50 and then go the other way. When you put more weight in your left leg, soften the leg, let the knee have a little bend rather than how we normally lock it out. So that's another piece of Tai Chi, is this relaxing as a form of using the body. So now shift over to the right leg and soften through the right leg. And then shift and make your way over to the left leg and soften through the left leg. Imagine you put a cappuccino cup on your head and you can't lean to shift because the cup will spill off your head. So stay very relaxed. And notice when I'm doing this, I've got a vertical pillar that doesn't fall out of position, more or less. It's not an exact, perpendicular to the floor kind of thing. It's more a quality of uprightness. So this first exercise of just shifting, can you get to the point, you see what I just did there, this little, almost like a little shuffle step. You shift, and then you feel this foot empty, right? This one is empty because I've committed to this. It's a huge piece of the Tai Chi sort of power, is relax through one leg so the other foot is free. And then shift. Wait for it to actually be full empty, and then move it over. Okay, so now we're going to take that one challenge level up. So now hand on the chair if you need it, or even try this one with no hand. Put all the weight in your left leg and lift to the tip of the shoe. So this is my empty foot, so I could lift the heel and then place the heel back down, and then change from your middle, put all the way through your right leg. Now we're going lift to the tippy toe of the left foot, put the foot down, shift. They call it separate, empty, and full. Mountain, cloud. The foot that's a cloud can do stuff, right? Then change. Now this becomes a mountain. This is a cloud. Lift, down. And again, shift, tippy toe, down, shift, tippy toe, down. Let's take that a level up. Now, definitely put your hand on the chair so that you can tippy toe and then disconnect the foot from the floor. So get to where you're only on one leg. Place that whole right foot back down and then switch. Shift. Go to your tippy toe on your left foot, disconnect it from the floor. Place the foot back down, shift. Some of you will feel, hey, I don't need my hand on the chair. All right, just be careful. But maybe you start playing with, okay, tippy toe, lift, down, shift. Tippy toe, lift, down, shift. One more of each of those. So the saying in Tai Chi, the primary direction is down. That means I'm not pulling up, I'm relaxing down first, and that allows this to have levity. I'm primarily making sure I'm down, then this becomes not that difficult, right? This down through one allows a safe usage of this leg. Now, hand on the chair for sure for everybody so that we can go down through one leg, get to the tippy toe of your other, and lift the knee as high up as it can go. So we want to use the chair to increase the range of motion of this leg. Lower that left leg all the way back down to the ground. Shift your weight into the left leg. And then let's go to the tippy toe of the right and bring that knee all the way up. Get the full range. And then lower that leg. Notice this leg, I don't put any weight in it. I place it on the earth, but my weight's still here. And then shift as if shifting underground. Now the weight's here, and you can lift, lower, shift. Once this leg is empty, it should safely be able to lift, lower, shift. Now, some of you might play with very light touch on the chair, or someday no hand, but beware of pulling the leg up and leaning the body back. That's very common. People pull on the leg. You can see that would throw off my balance. Whereas when I do it here, there should be no loss of that line. The cappuccino cup on my head should not go flying back overhead, right? So if I'm not using any hands, but I'm doing this right, you can see in my body at least, right? No loss of that vertical. Okay, so we take the foundation of that and add challenge. So just then we were standing in the same place in the room and separating empty and full. Primary direction is down. You can sort of see that. Now, make sure again that you're back away from your chair a little. Put all your weight in your left leg and put your right foot in front with the heel touching. So this is the beginning of this next set is 100% mountain, 0 cloud with the heel touching. Now, primary direction is down. Change the weight into that foot in front of you. Get down to the earth through that foot and get to the tippy toe of your back foot. So now you've just moved, let's say, 6 inches forward or something like that. Now we go down through the foot that's behind you. Your body moves back in the room 6 inches or so. But you don't lean or tip or tilt or lurch. You just relax and go down into that foot that's in front. You move forward and then go down, and your body is moved backwards. So again, you have your chair for safety. Feel free to have a hand on it as needed, but work on relaxing in the midst of this primary action of shifting into this new foot and moving forward, shifting into this new foot and moving backwards. So this is level 1, right? We didn't ever leave the ground with any feet. We didn't really go anywhere. We just shifted and shifted. Now, level 2, place the hand on the chair, disconnect that foot. So float it in front, place the heel down softly, shift, and then hands still on the chair, bend the back knee like a little flamingo, lift that foot. So this tests you. It says, hey, you thought you were actually empty. Are you? Now put that foot down and shift back into it. Same thing. Lift, lower, shift. Once you've established yourself there, then pick up that foot, flamingo. Put the toe down and shift. Let's do it again. From the hip, lift, lower, shift. From the knee, just a simple little bend. Touch the toe down, shift. Let's do 2 more. Possibly, those of you feel pretty comfortable, no hands. Just get a little lift and a lower. So that's a real big test. It doesn't look like anything super impressive, right? But it really does show you where your balance is off. And if you do this regularly, I promise you, it just gets better and better and better. Lift, lower, because you're finding your middle, you're finding one leg, then the other. All right, and then finally on this side, hand on the chair for sure, full lift, heel softly down in front, shift. Now this back leg, bring the knee forward and up, and then reach the toe back behind you, shift. We do that twice more. Lift, lower, shift. Back leg, forward and up, reach it back, shift. One more time. Shift. Now, same set on the other side. Bring your right foot next to your left foot, side step over and get next to this other chair. Put all your weight in your right foot, left foot in front. Remember, level 1, the easiest of all of them, no hands, or at least try for that. Shift, shift. Often people see the body moving forward in space and backwards in space, and then we think we got to do something extra. We think we have to lean forward. Please don't. Just relax your upright body and shift, shift. And when I say shift, remember the primary direction is down and down. If you take care of the down skillfully, you won't unskillfully fall down, right? If I don't have this correct, I end up going down in ways that are not very fun. So that's this skill of down, down. Now, hand on the chair, lift that front leg, lower it down softly, shift. Once you've committed to it, back leg flamingo, bend the knee, touch the toe, shift. Front leg empty, lift, lower, shift. Back leg empty, bend the knee, toe down, shift. Front leg empty, lift, lower, shift. Remember, this one someday is a good one to try no hands, and it's very revealing, let's say. Because then you pick it up and you realize all this chaos, or you start to go, oh, there it is. You feel that emptiness. Then you go full, and this one has that empty quality, allows freedom. And then 3 at the level 3. Hand on the chair, full lift, down, shift. Back leg, forward and up. Reach the toe back, shift. The weight going down allows the safe lift. The weight going down allows this safe lift and allows you to reach back without your body weight getting pulled back, staying through here. And then you go down. Allows this lift, lower, down, lift, return, shift. Great job. Really great. Now, switch sides again. No pun intended, we take it one step further. Literally what we do also. So put the weight in your left leg, put your right foot in front. So remember the exercise we just did. We shift. Now here, your back foot being empty, step it. And then we just do it again. Shift, down. Now on the way back, we go shift, down. Wait until this is empty. Once it's empty, you can float it like a cloud right back, and then shift. So again, shift, down. Once your back foot's actually empty, it has no problem, right? Stepping. And then you go down. And then we go back. Shift, step, shift. Do that a couple more times. Important to note, the body only moves forward when you commit the weight to a new leg. So when you step this foot, your body should not be going forward. Only when you commit the weight to that leg down are you brought forward. Otherwise, it's kind of like you're falling and then catching yourself. So down to the earth, same thing. When I step my foot back, I'm not moving backwards, but then when I shift, then I'm moving backwards. One more time. Shift, step, shift. Eventually you do it so smoothly that it's a constant flow. But you have to reclaim this awareness of middle and empty and full. Now, hand on the chair, we add lift, lower, shift. And now imagine there's a little obstacle on the ground. So this empty foot, pick it up, step over, place the heel down softly, and then shift. And then the back leg flamingo. Little lift, put the toe down, shift. Now once your front leg is empty, it can go over that obstacle. Lift, tuck. Important, reach without putting weight in the leg. Then shift, back and down. Front leg, lift, lower, shift. As this leg is empty, it can float over the obstacle. Place it down with no body weight. Then commit to it. That moves you forward. Back leg, flamingo, lift. Put it down. Now commit to the back leg. Front leg now empty, lift, tuck, reach, commit. One more time. Level 2, lift, lower. And again, eventually this has flow. It's just like shift and pick it up and shift and pick it up and shift. But it's when we've emptied out the tension that we can start to be smooth like that. Now, level 3, we'll just do 2 of them because they're full range. Hand on chair, lift, lower, shift. And now exaggerate this range of motion. Go flamingo, heel to the butt, knee all the way up, float the leg out in front, lower the heel softly, shift. And then this back leg up. Reach the toe back. Shift. Now, same thing, full range. Float, tuck, reach. See that extension, that softening long, and then shift. Let's do one more of those. Eventually, you'll be able to do that no hands, just like I'm doing it here. But don't start with that. Use the chair. Keep you safe. Heel, knee, foot, lower, shift, knee, back, shift, up, tuck, reach, shift, and get. Side step, turn and face. Now, or rather be facing forward. I'm turning and facing so you can see my angles. Level 1, try level 1, no hands if possible. Put all the weight in your right leg, left foot empty, floated in front, heel touching. So this is empty. Down through the front leg until your back leg's empty. Step your back leg. down. And then down through your back leg. That moves you backwards. Important. Step the foot without putting any weight in it. Then commit to it. Forward. Down. Step. Down. Moved forward by going down. First, it doesn't make sense. Then after a while, you go, oh yeah, it makes perfect sense. It's like wheels. Down to move the car forward. The wheel goes like this, down, right, with the ground. Down, step, down. That's wheeling us forward, and then down, step, down. One more time. Down, step, down, right? Eventually it's smooth as butter once you kind of wrap your head around it. Okay, level 2. Hand on chair so that you can comfortably go lift, lower, shift. Now there's an obstacle on the floor. Pick up that right foot, step over, place the heel down, shift. Back foot like a little flamingo. Bend, touch down, and shift. Now this front foot, up, tuck, reach. Remember when I reach, there's no body weight until I, from my middle, commit to that leg. Front leg empty. Lift, lower, shift. Once the back foot's empty, then it's got levity. Ching ling, light and nimble. And then I commit to this leg, chung one. And now the other leg's got ching ling, lifted. And then commit to the leg, down. The down gives me the up. The down gives me the mobility. How do I get down? By relaxing. That's the hardest part because this is scary, right? Depending on how bad your balance is on a given day, it's a scary proposition to fall, and so we usually tense up. So Tai Chi is quite courageous to say, okay, I know that's dangerous, but I'm going to relax. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to unclench and use this hydraulic, nimble quality rather than force and tension, right? And then finishing with that level 3. Up, down. Change the weight. Now, if you truly commit to that leg, you can full range. All of that function. And then shift. Full lift. Back. Shift. Make sure you've committed to one leg so the other leg has no tension in it. Therefore, it has levity and ching ling, nimbleness. One more time. Full lift. But again, it's the down that allows this. Set it down. Now the down allows all of this. Right? People get caught up in this leg. They forget about the other one. And then same thing. Don't forget about this leg. That's what allows this. And then it's change again. Down gives you all of this. And then down. All right. Now, putting that into full practice, come over to the left side. And remember, you have your chair there. So if you're newer to this, you feel some fatigue, you feel like you just need to take a second, always feel free to sit down, take 5 breaths, 10 breaths, and then stand back up and join with what we're doing, right? So I'm giving a nice blast of options and challenges. Choose how much is appropriate for you, please. So now we move to the far left side of the space and then turn and face down to the across the room, right? So you got your chairs still here for your hands if you need them, but now we've given ourselves more runway to work on level 1 and level 2 walking. And actually, let's just do level 1 only, and I'll show you something here real quick. So just watch me for a moment. So at first, we start really small, okay? So that we can practice being relaxed and vertical and take really small steps when we walk, right? So that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, 6, right? 7. So it took me 7 steps of a certain size, but it's good to do that because I'm relaxed, loose, I'm changing empty and full. Once you get better at that, all you do is stay relaxed and increase the size of a step. So now I just took a bigger step, shift. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm pretty much there in 3.5 steps. 1. Now again, did I speed up? Did I hurry up? No, it's technique. I could do this now in 1, 2. So now I covered the same amount of distance in the room in 2 steps as took me 7 steps earlier. So keep in mind this idea that speeding up isn't going faster, hurrying. It's better technique. It's loosening up and getting better at being relaxed and connected to the ground. Okay? So that's the important direction to think. If you go, oh, well, if I walk so small, I'm going to, when will I ever get to my destination if my steps are small? Keep in mind, if you do the technique right, you'll be able to take the longer strides, cover more ground, and still be very safe. Okay? So let's do it together. Level 1, just take a full empty, put a foot out, shift. When this back foot's empty, step, shift, step, shift. So get 5, 6, 7 steps down the range. And when going backwards, be extra careful to remember down. A lot of times people start losing their momentum backwards because they're leaning back. Don't lean back at all. Sink down to the earth, step a foot, sink down through that foot, step the other, sink down through that foot, step. So separate empty and full and use that to move forward and then backwards. Do it a couple more times. Maybe those of you that have been doing it a while, longer strides if you like. But it's down, 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 down. And if you agree that the down concept makes sense, then you might say, what's the best way to get down? The best way down is to relax, to let go. It goes there by itself. So we don't need to push. We need to get out of the way. If we relax but we lose our uprightness, then we've got a different problem. So keep yourself upright and relax, and then use the technique to move. Last one. Loose. As I like to say, jazzy, right? Eventually there's a sort of jazzy quality, just kind of sauntering around. And it's often quite helpful to think like that with my private client work. I've noticed, saying, hey, yeah, have a little kind of cool walk, relax, and just kind of cruise. Give it a little life, give it a little bop to your movement, like it's kind of dancing, right? Okay, so now come to the left side of your space and put all your weight in your left leg and empty right foot, step out and in. The goal here is that you feel a ability to sidestep out and in, but notice that my body doesn't move anywhere in the room. So my leg is doing something, but my body's where it is. Now put the foot out there, shift underground, keep the other foot on the ground. Now I'm in this leg, not in this leg, and now I'm in this leg, not in this leg. So middle, vertical pillar, sideways, shift and shift. And so today we're not going to do rotation steps because I want to use this to teach some of you I know are coming to the Friday Tai Chi class, and some of you on the Saturday as well. This is the movement that gets us intermediate and advanced Tai Chi movements, right? So now put your weight in your right leg, bring that left leg in, out, in, out. Cappuccino cup sitting on your head, not spilling, out. Now in, and then the fourth one here, keep your feet totally together. And remember the primary direction is down. So change to this leg and then change back to this leg. You can test it by going, okay, change. Can you slightly lift the right foot? And then change. Can you slightly lift the left? So that's a goal for you. If you can't do it today, the goal is to eventually be able to have that little change. Now put all the weight in the left leg, side step to your right, change underground, shift. Now your weight's down through this leg, left foot steps in, change the weight down through the left legs, right foot's free to step out, change the weight down through the right leg, left foot steps in, down through the left leg, right foot steps out, change, step in, change, step out, change. Let's switch directions. Whenever you get to the end of your runway, you go back, out, change, in. Premature stepping, meaning I'm, let's say, 75%, and then I pick up this foot clumsily, I yank on it, and there's this rippling clumsiness through the body, as opposed to wait for it. Once this is full, this can come in totally graceful. And then wait for it. Don't quickly jump the foot out clumsily. Put the weight through the right leg, float this foot out, and then wait for it, commit. Now this one's ready to come in. And then commit, so this one can step. And then commit, so this one can step. And commit. Separation of empty and full. It's one of 5 principles of Yang Tai Chi. So it's probably pretty important, right? Let's go the other way. Out, down, in, down and out, down and in, down and out. So speed can come without breaking the rules of Tai Chi. In fact, there's a certain speed you only get to, a swiftness, when you're practicing Tai Chi. But you have to let go of what's impeding. Right? See that step? It's almost like a dance move. Slide in and then down through here so that this goes out, and then down through here so this can come in, all the while intact. Now, step right foot out. Remember from either Friday class or Saturday class, the bear, wash, and pause in the stream. So we shift, we turn a little, and we sweep those hands. Now turn the hands around, we shift, we turn, sweep the hands. This is the easiest possible advanced Tai Chi, right? What we're about to do, because it's got all the components of Tai Chi: asymmetrical movement, changing of yin and yang, or empty and full, turning from the middle pivot. Now stay here in your right leg, your hands to the right, bring the left foot in. Now change the weight down through the left leg, turn the body, brush and sweep to your left. Keep your hands on the left side, step that right foot out, empty, and then shift, turn, brush, sweep. Bring the left foot in, empty. Then the weight goes down through the left, turn, brush, sweep. Step the right foot out, and shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step that left foot in. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Right foot steps out. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Let's go back the other way. Bring that leg in and back out. We shift, we turn, we brush and sweep. Step right foot in, we shift and turn and brush and sweep. So this is advanced Tai Chi. We're moving across the floor, We're separating empty and full. We're turning one way from the waist and then turning the other way. The hands are in one orientation and then they switch to the opposite orientation. And one more time, option to add. The bear swats the jumping fish. So now the left hand is high, the right hand is low. So we add another change to calculate, right? And then they change. Left hand's got to go down, right hand comes up. We're ready to go shift, turn, brush knee, and swat the jumping fish. Now, as your right hand goes down, your left hand comes up. They stay over here, step out. Now we're ready to go. Shift and turn, brush knee, swat the fish. Hands are now over here. Left hand goes down, right hand comes up, bring left foot in. Shift left, turn left, brush knee, and swat the fish. Now as your arms change, step your right foot out. So just notice how one addition really adds a lot for your brain, right? Shift and turn, brush, swat, and as your arms are changing, bring that left foot in, and then shift and turn, brush and swat. As the hands change, step right foot out. Shift and turn, brush and swat. We're going to switch directions as the hands change. Left foot in, left foot out. Shift and turn, brush and swat. One of the rules is don't panic. That'll help you. When you see something happening and you go, oh God, don't worry about it. Tai Chi is slow for that reason. It allows our brain and body to track these changes. Step. Make sure right arm is high. Right arm high, left hand low. Good. Shift, turn, brush, swap. Right? And now yin and yang change. High and low change. Foot comes in. Now full becomes empty. Empty becomes full. Turn, brush and swap. Now high goes low while low goes high, and foot steps out and shift and turn. This hand up high. And then high and low change places as the foot comes in and shift and turn. And then they change again and shift and turn. And then finish by going, wash your paws. This is the bear washing its paws. So when we come back to stillness, keep washing left and then right. We don't grab the body and bring it and hold it still. In Tai Chi, we settle. Because we want a constant quality of song, softness, pliability, and ease. And then we close with just this brief little self-massage of hands together. Rub your palms. Rub the back of one hand. Rub your palms. Rub the back of your other hand. Rub your palms. And the quad, this groin area on either side of the genital area, the inguinal crease, up and down. This place tends to get congested, you could say, with tension in the joint. So we clear that. Then we go hands on the front hips, clear that. Then we come around to the tail, clear that. Up onto the low back, clear that. And then remember your Tai Chi squat. Stick your butt back a little, sit your buttocks, sweep your hands down the outside of the legs, around to the inside of the legs, all the way up to the belly button. And then last massage, outer arm all the way to the shoulder, turn the arm palm up, inner arm all the way to the wrist and then off. And we do that 3 times. Turn the hand. Up the outer arm, over the shoulder, turn that arm palm up, sweep. One more time. Up, over the top, and sweep. Eventually that goes fast, right? But at first, we just learn that flow. And then the other side, up, turn, sweep, turn, up, turn, sweep, turn, up, turn, sweep. And then close the whole practice, wing, roll, fold, settle, hands to the belly, soften the knees, and then seal the practice, kind of like putting a cork in a wine barrel. 1, 2, right over the navel, the belly button. And then this final hand position, grab a thumb, fold over. It's like a little sort of mudra, a little sealing position. And thank you, everybody. Great job. All right, if there are thoughts or questions, feel free. Make sure you know where your chair is when you go to sit down. Sometimes you think it's in place and it isn't. So find that and feel free to unmute with any questions that you might have. Anything at all?
Knowledge of engineering.
Thank you, Otto.
Good to see you, Renee.
Mm.
Take care.